Ah, bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? Je suis Cotalia. Bien son, monumentos de la livre, le renadu de la cour impériale, monumentos de la livre. I am Queen Cotalia, the Hoodoo Queen of the Imperial Court, monumentos de la livre. Bienvenue sur mon chien. Welcome to my channel. Bienvenue chez Conjure South. Welcome to Conjure South and ConjureSouth.com. Welcome, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Blessings, everybody. Let's get in here. So, first and foremost, if you are here on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet, kind comment below, hit your notification or postification button, and please, all together, and the church said, share the video. Très bien, merci beaucoup, bien joué. And for ça, here, hello, Gabe, how are you doing this morning? Hello, Miss Eiffel Tower. Hello, hello, hello. Instagram, if you are here, I want you to please tag someone below for our free sunrise readings today on this beautiful October 4th day. Who do we have in the YouTube? Got Gregory in the house, Miss Burden in the house, Marissa in the house, Miss Summer in the house. Bonjour. Or Rain. Could be a man or woman. I love that name, Rain. Um, Jennifer, hello. Marisa, Z Coleman, Valencia. Bonjour, bonjour. Hello, hello, hello. So, feeling great. I hope you are too. I am doing quite well. Over the past 2 days, I would say maybe the past 3 days, I had been experiencing some heavy sinus issues. Shame on me. I was definitely given spiritual instruction to handle a physical body situation. Um, like 2 weeks prior to me getting in going back home and being on the farm for 3 days, and my sinuses and things began to um at like Mercury in retrograde, I guess. And I I yesterday the fire signs, we actually got the 5 of spades, which is all about um your physical body, the healing the physical body, focusing on the physical body, etc. And so I literally um went back to the basics. There's a tea, if you want to call it a tea or a drink, that my grandma taught me very, very young, and I made it. I 1 cup, and now I can breathe again, and all kinds of things. So I'm feeling. I wasn't feeling bad, but I sound a lot better. Still need to be hydrating a lot. So, but I'm good. I'm good. How is everybody feeling this morning? Happy Hoodoo celebration. Speaking of Hoodoo celebration, y'all listen, y'all about to be mad with me. Y'all know that people really don't like me anyways. Um, because I come with receipts, I come with the lineage, but also I come with the truth. And today, in fact, um, I'm going to teach you all how to make the tea. I'm going to teach you how to make the tea today. I have a reel that I'm going to post that has all the ingredients and exactly how to make it. It will change your life. It is so soothing. Um, yes, merci beaucoup, Adrian. So today is the live podcast. We will start uploading the audios of the podcast, but you guys, I forgot that like we were in the space of transitioning to a new spot and new operations and all of these things, and just did not um put things into calculation, I guess. And so yes, I made a good tea of raspberry leaf, mullein, nettle, and butterfly pea flower. That sounds good. A very respiratory inspired, as well as good for your circulatory system as well, your blood too. Sounds lovely. So yeah, so I'm actually going to be going live today for our podcast. I hope that you all will be able to join us, but it's members only on YouTube, and you have to join the subscription to join us live. Otherwise, you will end up seeing you will end up hearing the audio on Spotify later. I need a biscuit. Did you get your order? Um, Harvest seasons upon those with sinuses about to have to wind down. I'm gonna watch that tea. Yes, please do. Um, Helen K. Oh yay, we'll be able to use this. Thank you, Queen. I'm grateful for what the ancestors have brought me. TSB, merci beaucoup. Thank you so very much. Yep, steeping up my time in calendula right now. Baby, that calendula. That's the one. That's the one and the two, three, and four. Calendula, mark my words. It is, oh my gosh, there's a puppy across the road, but it doesn't have an owner. But it's going to the crystals. So I guess it may be, um, yes. So soon as I end this, I'm gonna post I'm gonna post the tea, du tea, l'outil pour demander si désolé. Um, I did get the tracking number. It should be here today. Super, super wonderful. Um, so, anyways, I would love for you all to join the live Spellcast podcast because we're gonna make people upset today. So today's oops, sorry, wrong one. Today's podcast is gonna be: is it hype, heritage, or hoodoo? Hype, heritage, or hoodoo, my baby. We are getting into this conversation today. I understand that somebody and the collective decided to make October Hoodoo Heritage Month. Um, I understand that people want the recognition of of this aspect of the culture. But what's very interesting, beyond interesting to me, is the hype of this is hoodoo, this is hoodoo, hoodoo. You all, I need to understand, why is it so difficult to accept truth? Why? Because if people accept truth, it means that they are wrong, and people can't be wrong. Why is truth the enemy in 2023? Why is truth the villain in 2023? It's very interesting to me. I saw some different posts yesterday, and we've been getting some people have reached out and was like, Queen, what you think about this? What you think about that? Because they know the truth. And the truth is, there's a lot of things that people want to stamp hoodoo as, and it is not. It's not hoodoo. There are customs, okay? There are customs, there are traditions, and then there is heritage, and there is hoodoo. But they're not all in one. For example, the biggest bedragglerization and scammerization of it all is this: ancestral veneration, ancestral reverence, ancestral acknowledgement and communication. This is not hoodoo. This is a custom of the African diaspora. There are people that do not, absolutely do not practice or know anything about hoodoo within the African diaspora that honor their ancestors. Hoodoo is African American folk magic, African American conjuration. Okay? It's magic. Ancestral reverence isn't magic. Ancestral reverence is a custom of our diaspora. That doesn't mean that you're not magical. That doesn't mean that you don't got Ashi. That doesn't mean that you don't know nothing. Okay? That means you need to respect the culture. But this is where I often tell people the reason why I am not super popular is because I'm not going to feed your ego. I'm not going to feed your self-serving, magical, fantastical Harry Potter, hoodoo, Hobby Lobby, arts and craft, Michael's conjuring, Joanne's juju mojo time. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen because I respect the culture. I was brought up in the culture. So when it comes to venerating the ancestors, that is a custom. Jumping over a broom, it is a custom. Okay. Then there are traditions that we do, and those traditions vary. For example, you may do black eyed peas. Eating black eyed peas is not a magical act. Hoodoo is magic. Hoodoo is magic. Okay. Eating black eyed peas is not a magical act. You're not conjuring. Can you conjure with black eyed peas? Yes, but eating them for New Year's is not hoodoo. But this is why you got everybody, their mama and second great grandroach, thinking that they're conjure doctors, hoodoos, two-headed, this, that, knit, nat, paddywhack. And that's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. So today, um, we're going to get into, is it hype? Is it hoodoo? Is it heritage? What is it? So we're going to talk about all of that today in the Conjure South Spellcast podcast that will be live on YouTube. So you have to join that particular thing. It's only for members only, and then it'll come out with audio. I guarantee you it's going to be a lot of upset individuals because it does not go along with their narrative, and it then clogs them. And I'm going to tell y'all this as well. Mark my words and understand this in your personal, professional, and spiritual lives. You will not be supported, and you will be the villain as long as you are a threat. You will not be supported by the masses. Let me say that. You will not be supported by the masses. Okay? And you will be the villain. In fact, you in fact will be the villain when you are a threat. And the threat to inauthenticity, the threat to a fabrication of culture is truth. And you will see this repeatedly. One thing that you're gonna, and I mention this often, and you'll hear me say this during the podcast today, which is the issue that we have as people who want to connect, claim to connect back to their ancestral ways, is that most people are not connecting. Most people are creating. I'm going to create a hoodoo heritage month. I'm going to create what hoodoo looks like. I'm going to create things that are hoodoo. And that's the reality of it. When truth presents and the action of change must follow, and deception will sink to the in the space. Yes, this is true. So I hope that you all join me for the podcast today. It's going to be incredible. We're going to get into it. Um, that will be today at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 noon Eastern Time. The link is in the bio. You can just hit the join the virtual coven situation, but you will have the option to join the podcast. You have to join the podcast or at least um, upgrade your subscription. D'accord? Super, et voilà. So we're going to get into all of that, but let us go right ahead on here. Let me move this out of the way. Let's get into our free readings this morning. So, oh yes, and I almost forgot. Pardonne-moi, je suis désolée, j'ai oublié les le rendezvous, the retreat, the meeting. Um, the Jeez Louise, the working ritual weekend, the working ritual weekend. The last day is tomorrow is the last day to get your tickets, to get to hold your space. I hope to see you there. I'm not extending the date because we have to get materials and things here and ready for all of those that would be present, and that is super important for me to do. So, et voilà. Um, yes, yes, yes. So there's that. Working Rituals Weekend tickets and spaces are available within the links in the bio and the descriptions. But let us get into what about the community service for those house blessings? The community service house blessings are actually on their way. They are coming. I'm actually going to probably do another reel of that as well, just because I literally make my perfumes by scratch. So they're not just a simple, I'm going to mix that and these things together. So they have to make sure they sit a while in order to get this. So pour le perfume de la maison, we're just waiting on that to cure, and then you'll have that. But I would say everything should be in the mail no later than Friday. So everyone should have their community service items more than likely by Monday. Okay, let's get into it, everybody. Let's get into it. Because I have to show you, I'm going to show you exactly how to work those community service items. I saw a working in the Queen of Spades using House Blessing perfume. Yeah, the Queen of Spades is something else. I'm going to hurry and place my oil orders. Well, take your time. They're going to be there. You don't have to rush. Get what you need. Come back for what you want, but get what you need first. Hello, Impressive Magic. All right, let's get into it. Air signs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Air signs. Et voilà. Et pour ça, nous avons, pendant je suis désolé, la première carte, la femme, the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts communicates to my air signs today. You must first and foremost, air signs, operate, move, maneuver with emotional maturity. Number one. Two, understand because this card is coming up, it is literally saying there may be some things that try your spirit today. There may be some things that try your spirit today, okay? And because of this, you absolutely have to respond with the emotional maturity. Let's see how elevated you are. Let's see how much personal growth you actually have here, okay? So there's that. The next thing, though, when it comes to this particular card, the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts also communicates the space of nurturing the things that are nurturing you, making sure you are, in fact, giving effort, energy, and time to those things or people that are, in fact, feeding you. Feed those things and people that are feeding you. Please understand the importance of the not the importance, but the value of your time. So you are a very valued asset, my air signs. And everyone's not deserving of what you can give. D'accord? Tu comprends? Alors, when it comes to your your um your time, be very particular and precious with who experience what you can, even if it's just your time of listening. Okay? Be aware of that. D'accord? Super. Et voilà. Après ça, nous avons pour water signs. Water signs, je suis désolé. Tu as le serpent. Le serpent is the snake, the two of spades. The two of spades water signs speak a very strong importance to a deliberate opposition, a deliberate opposition to some objectives that you have today. Okay, there are to be some things that are just like absolutely in your way. Now, I must have to ask you too: are you in your way? Are you your worst enemy today? Are we procrastinating? Are we doing what we want versus what we need? Because if you're choosing to do what you want versus what you need, you are deliberately not doing what you need, which therefore means you are, in fact, the deliberate obstacle in your way. If that makes sense. Okay. So it's super important for you to understand that for you today, we need to very much acknowledge, we need to very much acknowledge the um the person, situation, circumstance, idea, or whatever it is. We must absolutely understand this and acknowledge and act on that thing. I also want to communicate this. Just because something is aggressive or chaotic does not mean that you have to respond aggressively and chaotic. I'm also hearing right now that it may be a thing of sweetening this enemy to get what you want. You may have to just be a little kind because how Mama McCall said, I attract more flies. People flock to me like flies flock to buttermilk. Okay. Okay. So yes, sugar ready, exactement. And here's something else too. Some very easy ways to sweeten your enemy. Un moment, s'il te plaît. Honey or sugar. What you do is take a little bit of honey, okay? A little bit of honey, put on your lips. And you do this in the mirror and you say, may my words be as sweet as this honey is to me. And so what happens literally is everyone that you speak to, they're only hearing sweet things because your lips are sweet. You can do this with a little bit of sugar and olive oil as well. Okay. And no matter what you say, no matter how you go about doing it, that is something very easy that we do. If you don't do it on your lips, you can do it as sweet as my tongue to your ears. As sweet as my tongue to your ears. As sweet as my tongue to your ears. So no matter how sharp your tongue is, it will be sweet to your enemies. Love that. And that is more so of a custom and tradition than it is work. Yes, indeed, Petter. Yes, indeed. I love it. Said honey ready. D'accord? I'ma add honey. I'ma add honey gloss to my morning routine, as you should. And it's so good. It's a great one. First and foremost, it's antibacterial. So that's really good. Also, too, is natural B12, which is absolutely incredible as well. So there's just so many great, wonderful things about honey. It is also sweet. Um, it's great for your allergies, especially if it's local. There's so many great, wonderful things. Is that a tradition or custom, working queen? As I just mentioned. So, for example, this is not conjuring anything, and is more of a custom that is done. It is more of a tradition that is done. Now, custom and traditions are different. So, again, how does a custom differ from tradition? And I'll get into these in today's podcast, but traditions vary. Here in the Gulf Coast, for example, we may have black eyed peas, right? For New Year's. But in South Carolina, they're going to have hoppinjon. Okay. Um, in another space, it may be some kind of field peas, but they're the thread is the black. Bonjour, Black Houndwich. Bonjour, comment ça va? So this is the um is the tradition, because traditions can vary based off of region. Traditions can vary based off of region and location, but a custom is the same across the board. So ancestral reverence, water, and a candle, period. But in a religious tradition, in religion, there are there are in traditional African religions, there are ancestral reverence traditions. So, for example, in Vodou, how you have an ancestral space is not how it's going to look in Lukumi. In the tradition of Lukumi, the ancestral reverence looks different. Okay, but ancestral reverence and acknowledgement is a custom of the diaspora. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense? And that's the thing about, and I'm going to tell you this, and I know I'm going to mention this in the podcast as well later on. But here's the thing about it: if you are able to accept the truth that I am giving you, you will be able to exercise more accurate spiritual workings, manifestation, fruition, clarity, divination, so forth and so on, personally, etc. Why and how? Because if I'm out here thinking that honoring my ancestors is magic, and I'm sitting here saying, "Oh, my ancestors bring me money," and they're like, "No, I'm not bringing you money. I will guide your steps to get you to your financial ability, freedom, so forth and so on. But I am not an angel. I'm not a genie. I'm not a god. So a lot of people are putting forth this effort in these spaces that you're thinking this is magic, and nothing's magical happening. You're doing this. I mentioned this before. You're doing this shadow work, shadow work, shadow work, claiming that is magic. No, this is personal development. This is personal maturity. This is mundane growth. Okay, that's what that is. So you're sitting here talking about, oh well, for example, I go and get a Lebonchon's candle for money and prosperity, and I'm lighting it. I'm lighting it. Well, Queen, I'm lighting the candle. The money's coming in, but it's not staying. That's because you don't know how to manage your money. There's not a candle, oil, powder, dirt, root, um, dust, incense that's going to make you mature and manage your money. That's why truth is important. That's why truth is important. But truth is the enemy today. Truth is the villain today. And that's not okay. But again, if I promise you all, if I if I stayed quiet for about a month, maybe 2 months, very little post to no post, and I came back and I began to give everyone this shadow work, your chakras align, your vibrations, the this is what hoodoo is. If you don't do your shadow work, and if I did all of that stuff, I promise you I would elevate to 200,000 followers in probably in the matter of 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 a of a month. But this is why I don't do that. First and foremost, I'm not going to exploit my culture. One. Two, your faith is the thing that you stand on. When you have nothing, when things seem like it can get no worse, the only thing that you have is your faith. Not what you believe in, not what could be, but what you know. And if I am feeding you BS, feeding your ego, masked as your faith, when it comes time in your life to actually stand on it, there's nothing because there was no truth to begin with. There's no substance, there's no foundation. I understand my responsibility. And so I'm not gonna, yes, country is community and for everybody. It's not. Some people are conjurers, some people are. Some people aren't. So what? It's fine. Everyone has their differences. Differences is what make you valuable. That's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. Everybody can't be a black butterfly. Somebody got to be a gnat. Somebody got to be a good gnat. Okay? And that's, it's like everyone can't be a lion. Somebody got to be an alley cat. And alley cats handle rats. They don't handle zebras. And that's fine. It's nothing wrong with that. But today is if you don't go with the everyone does everything and everyone feels everything and everything is hoodoo and everything is magic, then it's an attack. You're bullying. You're going to be canceled, so forth and so on. No, because I don't play this. I don't play this. Yes, I'm magical today. I'm not magical tomorrow. I'm ancestral this today. I'm not as no, this is life. This is complete life. And I understand again, because I've experienced a very blessed life. But even in my very blessed life, I've had some very difficult um challenges upon my journey, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And if it wasn't for me knowing that my ancestors will not allow me to go through anything, but grow through many things, if I did not know that, I don't know how well I would have come out of it. Okay. And that's the thing. So yes, I can do the popular Happy Hoodoo Heritage Month. I probably will never say it besides like just speaking it like that. Because what is being given is just a whole lot of hype. And I'm not going to entertain that. And that's the real truth, and you can't find it in most places. I love this. This is why people should have discernment so they will know what is real and who to follow. And it's not even just this, it's not even just having discernment, to be honest. It is also it, it is first truth, because you can have discernment and ignore it. A lot of people know things. A lot of y'all, a lot of a lot of us know things and we ignore it, and we'll straight up ignore it, um just to be a part of, or just to live in this bliss or this fantasy. Discernment is not the issue. People need truth. People have to accept truth, and that's where it's difficult. That's the issue. That's the problem, unfortunately. But that is the problem. Truth. But hey, I hope y'all share this video. Please, please share this video. We are 37 minutes in, so you just let people know. Jump to the 34 um timestamp or whatever else so they can hear and understand. Yep, and they've become dogmatic with their lies. Yes, I swear I've been guilty of not following my intuition. And it happens, and I'll be honest. I've mentioned this to my students sometimes. Sometimes I absolutely know what's gonna happen, but because I just want what I want, I'm like, you know what? Let's come with the consequences. I'm gonna just deal with the consequences. I know I should not be eating this popcorn and sour jack kids, these nachos and the Dr. Pepper. I know it. I know that I shouldn't, but we're gonna pretend that it's just a one-time situation. I'm just gonna have 3 bites. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yes, please make sure you do like the video, everybody. Fire signs. Episode nous avons fire signs. The Jacques of Clubs. The Jacques of Clubs. The Jack of Clubs communicates that for us fire signs today, understanding and clarity is needed. So immediately I go to myself. All right, so what is happening in my day that is going to require this understanding? The cards are the cards. We don't like them. I don't. Um, the cards are the cards. I don't know. The cards are the cards. When I don't like them, I read both the upright and reverse position. Well, the thing about it is, for me, when it comes to playing cards, there's no reversals or nothing. It is what it is. Um, but the thing about it is this, my baby. No matter, no matter, please understand, no matter how much you squiggle, wiggle, so forth and so on, when these cards are laid or something has been seen, it's going to happen. Now, how you prepare for it and how you deal with it, that's on you. But to some capacity, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but I guarantee it is going to happen. And I'm not saying, oh, that's just with my readings. I'm saying even with your own, even with your own. Okay. So um talking miss like you're a gatekeeper, and I will, and I am, and I will. Oh my goodness. I was about to I was about to ask about what were you about to ask about, Renaissance woman? So when it comes to fire signs though, so we have to obtain understanding today. There is clarity that we need. Please understand this, everybody. And I don't, and this is a huge thing right here for everybody to understand. When it comes to this card right here will change your life. This card right here will, in fact, change your life. Why? Because without clarity, there is no clear action. There are no clear action. Okay? There's no clear action. You have to have mental, and this is a mental clarity, card of clarity. I am speaking to myself. So in 10 minutes, I have another a meeting. From there, I have my podcast. From there, I eat lunch. Then I have clients. Then I have my institute tonight. That is a lot of mental demand. Did I prepare? Am I organized? Because if I have not prepared and I am not organized, I am going to be inefficient in my approach, inefficient in my pursuit, inefficient to my desires. I see everybody read reverses, but I notice you don't. It's because you're reading. Yes, playing cards. No, playing cards, you don't read reversals. There's no reversals. Um, there's no reversals in playing card reading. There are reversals in tarot, and depending on whose oracle set you may purchase, they may be reversals. But in playing cards, there are no reversals. So that being said, for fire signs today, I'm talking to myself, one, but I'm also going to be encouraging you. If you have the ability right now to prepare and to organize and to be clear about your moves today, do so now. Otherwise, it's going to be quite a jumbled, foggy mess of a situation today. You may obtain and you may achieve some things, but you will not be as productive as you possibly could if you do not have this organization. Okay? Earth signs. Earth signs, you get the Jack of Diamonds. The Jack of Diamonds communicate earth signs that for you today, it is important for you to recognize the blessings that you have and not the blessings that you're going to have. Today, earth signs, it is imperative for you to understand the value of what you have and not what you're going to have. In bringing your focus, your attention, your acknowledgement, your efforts to what you have, it then will grow into something beyond. It will allow you to reap a larger harvest. Understand this. Let me put it to you to this capacity and to this understanding. All right. If I plant a seed, if I plant a seed on my side of the road, but I'm too busy looking at the apples on the other side of the road, it is distracting me from taking care of what's going to cause me to thrive. So, for example, that seed needs water, needs proper sunlight. The soil may need tilling, or whatever situation may be. But the point is, focus on what you have, not what you're gonna have, because what you have is going to be the foundation for what you're gonna have. Even when you think about money, you got $500. Stop thinking about how am I going to get um $50,000. I have 500. How can I invest this 500 to set me up for the 50? When you bring a focus, gratitude, and appreciation for the blessing that you have, it magnifies, it amplifies how other blessings come into your life. Let me put it to you to this understanding as well. When it comes to asking, petitioning, praying for your blessings, etc., you may actually be blessed with, let's go back again with 500. You say, ancestors, guide me to financial freedom. Ancestors, guide me to financial maturity. Ancestors, guide me to financial ability. Ancestors, guide me to financial opulence and protection. And the ancestors begin to reject you here, 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 just to move you over here. So you're looking at 50,000, but they move you over here to 500. Rejection, rejection, rejection. Now you're over to 500. You get to 500. Well, this is just $500. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. I mean, I don't even know how I'm gonna, you know what? If you are ungrateful for this blessing, then I know even if I guided you to your financial freedom and $50,000, that you're going to be ungrateful for that blessing. So, for that reason, until you can begin to value all blessings as large blessings, we will not guide you to more. When you cannot manage $50, I am not going to bless you with 500 because you can't manage it. If I give you 50 and you spend it and end it, no, my love. No, it doesn't work that way. So there's that. So that's where you are today, earth signs. It's super important for you to absolutely understand the value of what you have, gratitude and appreciation for what you have, and that may amplify, grow everything else. D'accord? Super. Et voilà. Thank you all. Yep, my great grandfather said, how can you handle big if you can't handle small? I like that. Tyrone White. Merci. Everyone, I appreciate you greatly. It's been a divine pleasure being with you all this morning. I see that we've had quite a number of people here on YouTube. I hope that you guys will please give the video a thumbs up. 47 people, 31 likes. Please video as well. Please, please, please share the video. Many blessings to everybody. I thank you so very much. I'm off to the next meeting. Merci beaucoup. Bonne soirée. Bonsoir. À bientôt. À tout à l'heure. Merci un petit peu. Merci un peu. Okay, my Haitian.